$7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico, $7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian management, $25 million to count the number of amberjack fish, $7 million to count the number of $7 million for $25 million to combat Asian, $7 million to combat million to count the number of $25 million to combat number
running against the worst candidate
$75 to count the number $7 million $25 million to combat
my whole life. What am I
$7 million
I'm going to say I lost to the worst. 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 I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country.
Running
against the worst candidate in the history of presidential.
You shouldn't be disappointed. So far, more than anybody else has done this far.
I lost to the worst candidate in the history of
I mean what I say when I say it.
I'm not going to feel so
I mean what I say when I say when I say it.
Candidate in the history of
what I say when I say
to the worst candidate. I lost to the worst candidate. I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. 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 I'm going to say I lost to the worst candidate. I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics.
I mean what I say when I say it. I mean what I say when I say it. And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down. Rub my leg down. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. Blonde in the sun. I got hairy leg. I got hairy leg. I got hairy leg. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down. So it was straight and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. About roaches. So I learned about roaches. So I learned about roaches. 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 I learned about kids jumping on my lap. Blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. In the sun. Up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. Reach in the pool and rub my leg down. Kids used to come up and the kids used to come up, and I've loved kids jumping on my lap. Anybody else has done this far. Let's get something straight. You shouldn't be disappointed. What I've done so far is more than anybody else has done this far. Okay? Number one. Number two, I mean what I say when I say it. I mean what I say when I say it. I'm the only person. And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did. And back in those days, to show how things have changed, what I'm going to do, he said, come down here in the basement where mechanics, where all the pool filter is. You'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty. You'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty.
That isn't what it meant.
Well, what do they mean then?
It meant that it's indicative of low resolution thinking.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
Tweet. That was tweet. That and that was a retweet. And that was a retweet. That was an opinion of somebody. 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 I'll put it out there. I'll put it out there. And that was a retweet. 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 That was an opinion of somebody.
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out.
It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear word. A kid coming from it's not that they don't want.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes. Those votes were dumb people, liberal people, dumb people, liberal people, dumb people, liberal people.
Force the vote, sure, was a failure.
In case you don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt. They hold this institution in contempt. They hold the Republican Party in contempt. They hold the Democratic Party in contempt. They think that maybe, given all of the crises facing this country, it's about time that there was some bold leadership here and that this institution made some hard choices.
Yeah. I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.
Is this thing on? Testing. Hold the goddamn. Testing. Oh shit. Is the goddamn on? Hold the fuck. Is this thing on? Okay. Twitter equals NSA. Well, I got bad news for you about Google, if that's the case. I got some bad news. Some really bad news. The news? Not so good. Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic installation of Above It Goddamn All. And I'm here once again with another show. This is a show. It exists. I'm going to be somehow managing to speak, a bunch of garbage for approximately an hour and a half, maybe, and then we'll go from there. But this is my specialty. This is, I am capable, for whatever reason, of talking to a computer and pretending like there's no one on the other side of it, because then I get a little nervous, and I can do that. So that's what I'm going to do. And it's going to be a show, and I'm going to show you that I'm going to go ahead and do that. So that's going to be happening. Well, in fact, it is happening. It's not that it's going to be happening. It's that it currently is happening. And we're going to go from there. Again, I lowered my bed situation a little bit. I switched things around, and now my bed's a little bit lower. So I have to, sit on pillows in order to get the height that I need. And so that's going to be happening. But I'm going to be doing a show as well as sitting on the bed. So I'm not only am I sitting on the bed, but I'm also doing a show at the same time. You know, I don't think anyone's ever done such a thing. Well, I mean, I'm sure people I've done. I'm sure people have done that before, but it's going to happen. And in fact, it is happening right now. And it's going to continue to happen. And so you can either watch, you can don't. You know, I don't have a watch personally. I don't wear one. I want to. This wire. Not a huge fan of this wire being on. I need to get a new headset, just so I don't have to deal with the wire. And you know, maybe hold up. I'll do that later. So anyway, I got a gift in the mail from somebody. It was a gift from somebody, a viewer of mine, who I believe made them themselves. And so this is a gift here from Ali CIA in the chat. We've got Christmas ornaments, folks. Check this out. Look at this. And then there's like presumably Max the dog. 2021. Look at that. And then we've got a Max. Max. It does not say the dog, but it does say Max. And then also I got this as well. It's an A. Is that like a keychain? I'm not sure what that is. But thank you so much. And it also came with some free shredded paper, which is my favorite part. Some free shredded paper, which I love. I love shredded paper, especially when it gets all over my floor. That's my favorite part. So thank you for the shredded paper. I do appreciate it, Ali CIA. When I opened this, I did not know what it was going to be. I had no prior information. And so, very pleasantly surprised. And I will put those on the tree downstairs. And one day, if I ever have anything I can put it on that would be prominently displayed in the background, I will do that regardless of the season. Because I don't know about y'all. But I don't believe in Christmas. I think the whole thing is stupid. So once I get like a different background set up, I can like put that somewhere and it'll just be there forever. So, but once that happens, that will happen, but it hasn't happened yet, so it can't happen. But for now, I'll put it on the Christmas tree. But I don't believe in Christmas, so just throwing that out there. When I say I don't believe in it, it's not that I don't celebrate Christmas. Like, I literally don't believe in it. Like, I feel like people just put up trees for their own personal reasons. I don't think it has anything to do with like a holiday of some kind. I think people just do it. So I just don't believe that Christmas exists. But anyway, that's the show. And well, that is the start of the show. And so we're going to continue the show right now. So. All right, the show is back. That was from my... Well, actually, I can do like an actual commercial break. Hold on, let me do that. All right, the show is back. Hello, folks. If you're watching the VOD, I think that's where an ad would be. I think. I'm not sure. In fact, let me try that again. All right, thank you for coming back. This is Above It All, episode 1425. I'm pretty sure that the ad thing... I don't know. Does that work live? Does anyone watch this without... ad block on? I don't know what's happening, but I believe if you're watching the VOD, I believe that there should be an ad right now. And welcome back to Above It All. This is Above It All 1425, and so we're doing a show here. I'm doing a show. You're not doing anything. You're listening to the show. So we're about 15 minutes in. Well, we're about 5 minutes in, but you know, I consider the introductory sequence. I consider that part of the show. That's like part of the show, I think. But maybe you can disagree. But I consider it part of the show. If I had the option of showing up before or after the introductory sequence, I would choose before the introductory sequence because that's part of the show. It's an experience. It gives it helps you experience what's about to be an experience. Mila saw, of course, Mila doesn't have ad block. This is elder abuse, honestly, to play advertisements on the show. That's elder abuse. But anyway, welcome back, Mila. And so Mila is back just in time for another ad. All right, welcome back to Above It All 1425. Gee golly willikers. That is a lot of episodes, folks. That's a lot of shows that I've done. 1425. That's a lot. And so that's crazy. Have you ever thought about that? Like, who else on planet Earth has done 1,425 shows of Above It All? Zero. I'm the only one who's ever done it. And I'm the only one. Like, you're not doing these. Like, you couldn't do these. You'd have to do something else. Like, you couldn't do Above It All. It's a fucking trademark, Actually, it's not. So, someone could probably, get into a legal battle with me. I shouldn't say that out loud, but, you could probably trademark Above It All and then, count, retroactively. But anyway, with that being said, let's play another ad. All right, folks. Well, okay, so that's done. All right, so let's get into the news, shall we? So there's some news going on. I think there's some news. Right. Okay, hold the phone. This is the news. This is bad news, actually. Is that my tweet for today only has 3 retweets. That's bad news. So I'm gonna be throwing this in the chat. Someone's gotta retweet this. The show will not start until I hit 5 retweets. So I'm only at 3. That's a significant issue. That's a problem. If you ask me, that there's something going on with the universe, and it's not good. So I'm not even gonna consider starting the actual program proper, until this gets 5 retweets. So I mean, I don't know who's gonna do it. Because it's, it can't be me. I already retweeted it. So keep in mind that I'm one of these retweets. Where's Max? Max is roaming around downstairs. He's his own dog. He decided to, today he wants to live it up. He wants to roam. He wants to have a good time. And, oh great, we're hostages. That's right. In fact, maybe we can prolong this and create a cliffhanger sequence by placing another ad now. Welcome back, everyone, to Above It All 1,425. Thank you for watching the advertisement, and we've hit the required 5 retweets. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, Max! 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 There he is. Look, it's the dog. It's the Christmas doggy. Oh, Maxie, hello. You're over here now. Okay. Oh, hello. Look, it's the Christmas doggy. Look who it is. Uh-oh. Maxie. Maxie. He's got my fucking headset. He's got my headset. Max. You wrapped up. He's a wrapped up pup. Okay. Alright, let me go ahead and close my door real quick. Ugh. Maxie! Max! Get in here. Come on. Get in here. Oh. Alright. So now we got Max in it. So we got Max in the show. Well, he's on the show. He's not in the show. Well, I mean, it could be in the show, depending on how you quantify all of this. But he's in the show. And so he's drinking water in the background. Check that out. There you go. That's pretty good. Let me make a Max zone here. See if we can get Max to co-host the stream for me. Maxie, you want to get up here? Oh, he's struggling, but it's happening. Hello? Oh, you drooled on me. You're a drool dog. Look at him. Oh my God. Oh. 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 All right. This is the only Christmas I believe in. The Christmas doggy, folks. The Christmas gosh darn doggy. You got an ad for DoorDash. I apologize. All right. So we got a show here. Let's see. I don't even know where to start with today's show. There's so much. There's so much going on, folks. There's so much going on. All right, so before, I guess, let's do this. Before we get into the Build Back Better bullshit, let's scour Google News. Let's see if there's anything else going on here. Washington State Senator Doug Erickson dies. Huh. Oh, they're a Republican. All right, cool. Good news, good news. See, we're starting off on a high note. Starting off on a high note here. Got Republicans dying. It's always good when that happens. Yeah, this shit sucks. The news sucks. I hate the news. Oh, this is good. I like this. All right, let's cover this. This is good. Got a lot of good things going on here. There's a lot going on. All right. So, there's a strike going on, for those of you that don't know. There's a strike going on, a Kellogg's company strike. They're abusing their workers, and also they mass manufacture poison to kill as many people as they can. The goal of Kellogg's as a corporation is to provide addictive drugs to as many people as they possibly can, and then have them die before the age of 65 so that they cannot collect Social Security checks. So Pop-Tarts here, one of the Kellogg's brands, is they removed Kellogg's from their branding because they know that Kellogg's is in the dust right now when it comes to the strike. They're abusing their workers. People are actually paying attention to what they're buying for once. And so they decided to remove Kellogg's from the Pop-Tarts branding. That's pretty hilarious. So let's read. On Friday, Kellogg's confirmed online rumors that it has removed its name from the Pop-Tarts boxes. The move comes amidst a months-long strike involving about 1,400 workers across 4 cereal plants, but Kellogg's says the design decision is about simplified design and not a last-ditch effort to get around consumer boycotts. The strike is partly revolved around the company's 2-tier compensation system, in which workers hired after 2015 typically receive lower wages and benefits than longer tenured workers. The company has said that its veteran workers make more than $35 an hour on average, while the newer workers make almost $22 an hour on average. Earlier this week, Bernie Sanders, an independent U.S. senator from Vermont, announced plans to hold a rally on Friday on behalf of Kellogg's workers. That happened. It was pretty good. So they removed Kellogg's from the Pop-Tarts logo, but also I've got some more here. So we've got a thread on Twitter that shows, this is from @RespectableLaw on Twitter, that shows that they're not doing so well. The Kellogg's, they've hired scab workers, right? That are intentionally designed to they've tried to permanently replace the entire working staff, and so this is how things are going. So we've got there's plastic and it seems like metal bits inside the Cheez-Its. Imagine the lawsuit that's going to unfold if you're buying Cheez-Its and you get a mouthful of metal and it goes into your jaw or something. That's going to be fucked up for them. So Kellogg says, that's definitely not the absurd satisfaction we intended. Send us a DM with your full name, email, mailing address, the UPC. How about you sue them? How about that? If I bit into metal or plastic, how about this? Sue them. Sue the motherfuckers. So, what in the heck is this? QC needs to be looked at. So there's some black shit and whatever that is. Hashtag quality control, hashtag gross, hashtag yikes. Not cool. Sean, send us a message and let's sort this out. So we got more here. Found a cool bug larvae in my Kellogg's US Rice Krispies treat. And then Kellogg's responds, yikes! We're sorry. @Burning Spore, please send us a DM. This is great. Can you guys do better? I definitely wasn't expecting burnt pancakes for breakfast. It's incredible. Okay, that's terrible. If you could send us your full name, that's what they said. So anyway, there's more though. It's pretty good. So I don't even know what the fuck this is. So Kellogg's once again says, yikes! But I don't. What even is this? I don't even know what that is. So someone on Twitter said, @Kellogg's US. No good. My kids were heartbroken to see no marshmallows in their Elf on the Shelf cereal. Please help! And then Kellogg's responds, what a bummer. We're sorry, Tom. DM us with the details so we can. So then this person says, at Kellogg's US, Ayo WTF. So I assume that this is like one of those weird things where you put like peanut butter in there, but there's no peanut butter. It's just crackers. So Kellogg's once again, what a bummer. We're sorry. They're just saying bummer over and over. This is great. Okay, so this is interesting. Kellogg says, I normally like them a little bit more toasty, but these were pretty much burnt. This is the second box in a row. Then Kellogg's responds, you can't really see this on the show, but yikes! That's not absurdly satisfying. That is true, it is not. So it goes on, like I'm just going to show everything in the thread here. Kellogg's US says, come on guys, glue? Just chillin' naked in the box. So, okay, so there's just like a box of Rice Krispies, and then there's just, okay. We're sorry we missed the mark. We value the food we make. By the way, they're not making food. None of this is food. If you are buying Kellogg's products for yourself, please stop. You are poisoning your body. You're going to die. If you're buying this for your kids, please stop. You are getting them addicted to drugs at an early age, and it's going to take a lifelong battle for them to get over that drug addiction. I know, because my parents fed me garbage as a kid, and I still struggle with this drug addiction as a 25-year-old. So again, do not addict your children to drugs at a young age. Would you give your child heroin? Would you give your child cocaine? If the answer is no, then don't give them Pop-Tarts. Don't give them Rice Krispies. So I don't even know what the fuck this is. I guess giant size meant the flakes too. That kind of looks like a stocking. I have no idea. So Kellogg's response, the person says, whoa! Like they just respond with, whoa! Like that's crazy! Whoa! Whoa! So, okay, someone says, WTF, I got scammed. So there's no like frosting on this Pop-Tart, as you can see. WTF, I got scammed. And then Kellogg says, yikes! We're sorry to see this. That's crazy. What's going on here? Kellogg's US having quality control issues. Are you now all of a sudden? Gee, I wonder what could have caused this. And then Kellogg's responds with, not our best. I mean, that's definitely not your best. But given the other samples that we've seen today, it's probably not their worst either. So that's also, so that's the end of what we've got here. Again, fuck Kellogg's. You do not need to buy Kellogg's products. There is not a single thing in your life that Kellogg's can provide to you that you desperately need. This is not food. These are drugs. If you wouldn't give your kid cocaine, then don't give them Kellogg's products. And also, fuck them because they abuse their workers. Multifaceted anti-Kellogg's video here. But again, fuck them straight to hell. Imagine like your job is to just go on Twitter and go, bummer, yikes, and whoa, over and over. Like, that's so good. Bummer. Who the fuck says bummer? Like, that's like I'm playing Chips fucking Challenge or something. You know Chips Challenge, folks? Does anyone know Chips Challenge? Anyone here? Hold up. Anyone here know Chips Challenge? Is this like, am I about to break y'all's minds here? Anyone in the chat ever heard of Chips Challenge? Anyone? Because if not, I'm about to show you Chips Challenge, so hold the phone. Okay, hold the phone. So this is Chips Challenge here. Check this out. So I don't know about the audio. Can you hear this well? Alright, so when you die in Chips Challenge, check this out. Okay, so look. So I'm Chip, and this is a challenge. And when you die, bummer. There's a little sound effect that says bummer. Look at that. Isn't that great? Bummer. That's the Kellogg's. That's what they're doing? Bummer. 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 So that's Chips Challenge. And that's Kellogg's. They're saying bummer over and over again. So there you go. That's the segment. I saw the Bob's Burgers thing with January 6th. I've never seen that show, but I should. Luis and Hyrule. I don't care what WikiFeet says. Your feet are 5 stars. That's right. That's fucking right. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this 5-star Muppet sock foot. Put that on WikiFeet, motherfucker. Fuck yeah. Look at that shape. That's what I'm fucking saying. Anyway, so let's get on with the Build Back Better bullshit, shall we? Now that we've filibustered this fucking show. filibustered the show. That's what I did. I just performed a fucking filibuster, folks. All right. Okay. So Build Back Better is gone. It's dead. It burned alive. And so Manchin came out yesterday and said that he will not support the Build Back Better bill at all. And so then afterwards, Ilhan Omar was invited on MSNBC, and she had some very strong words. And so I wanted to play this because it's pretty good. And now, again, you can see the caption here, so it's already spoiled. But again, it's pretty good. So let's watch.
Humanly possible. I can't get there. Brett Baer, the anchor, says you're done. Manchin says this is a no. On this legislation, I have tried everything I know how to do.
What does that even mean, by the way? You've tried everything you know how to do. Like, what does that mean? It's so abstract in language. I've tried everything I know how to do. Like, what? Have you tried, like, juggling? I'm just curious. Like, what does that mean? Have you tried tying your shoes? I have tried everything I know how to do. I just can't do it. Again, Joe Manchin is not a human being. He is a drone. He's a robot, right? He is literally his entire role ever, like his entire life is revolving around pleasing his owners. He is owned just like we are owned by the corporate class of the United States. He's not a human. He doesn't have thoughts and feelings. There's nothing he even knows how to do. And that's why he says he tried everything he knows how to do. He knows nothing. He can't do anything, right? All he's doing is pleasing the owners. So let's see what Ilhan Omar has to say.
Your response to that?
I mean, we all knew that Senator Manchin couldn't be trusted. The excuses that he just made, I think, are complete bullshit. It is really disheartening to hear him say that he has been trying to get there for the people of West Virginia, because that's a complete lie. The people of West Virginia would greatly benefit from their families having access to long-term elderly care and care for folks with disabilities. They would benefit from the expansion of the child tax credits. They will benefit from having access to pre-K. There are just so many things.
So again, she basically called them. She basically called him a bullshitter. So I want to play it again because it's really good.
It is really discussion couldn't be trusted.
It's really good.
The excuses that he just made, I think, are complete bullshit.
It's so good. I love to hear it. So again, Ilhan Omar constantly proving herself to be pretty good. Now again, I don't have the complete segment here. I've only got the clip where she says bullshit, so I don't know what else happens. But again, I think the main thing here that we got to point out is that Joe Manchin is not a human being, right? Neither is Nancy Pelosi, for that matter. Neither is Joe Biden. These are not human beings, right? These are robots. These are artificial intelligences, right, that are designed and programmed by the owners of this country. That's all they are. They have no unique thoughts. They have no personal feelings whatsoever. Their entire role in society is basically to advance the owner's interests. So, of course, Joe Manchin was going to say no. Of course, we already knew this, right? This has already been known, right? But again, we've got another segment where shortly after this happened, Ayanna Pressley went on CNN. So this is on CNN. Ayanna Pressley went on CNN to talk to Jake Tapper about why she voted against the infrastructure bill. And so this is very interesting because Jake Tapper on CNN basically says Ayanna Pressley was right to vote against the BIF a couple months ago. And so this is something I did not see coming. Mainstream media basically saying, yeah, the squad was actually right. Holy shit. Now, they've been right the whole time, right? We already knew that. Pramila Jayapal's Progressive Caucus, wrong. They were wrong. Now, does that mean that they're canceled forever? No. I want to see them do better next year. But in this fight, with this specific instance, they were wrong. Pramila Jayapal was wrong. She bullshitted us. She said Joe Manchin would come around. He said no. She was wrong. But the squad, including Ayanna Pressley and Ilhan Omar, were right. They were right. So let's see what CNN has to say.
Back better agenda. Let's go now to one of only 6 House
Free
progressives
content
who rejected Biden's request last month, who trust him that he would be able to get all 50 Democrats to pass the bill and to push forward on the infrastructure bill. Joining us now, Democratic Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley of Massachusetts. So, Congresswoman, you were right. Let's get your reaction to the news that West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin says he's not going to vote yes on Build Back Better.
Jake, to be clear, my lack and deficit of trust was about Senator Manchin. He has continued to move the goalpost. He has never negotiated in good faith. And he is obstructing the president's agenda, 85% of which is still left on the table. And in obstructing the president's agenda, he is obstructing the people's agenda. I was listening to his interview earlier today, and he said it's a mammoth bill. You're right. It's a mammoth bill to address mammoth hurt.
So I'm glad to hear that the Build Back Better program is going to try. I'm hearing it's a mammoth bill to address mammoth herd. So that to me speaks volumes. Because for those of you that don't know, I'm an elephant enthusiast. I have been very into the Mammoth Restoration Project for a long time. So it's good to know that the Build Back Better Act would put money into the Mammoth Restoration program, which what they're trying to do is create like some embryo, gene-edited embryo inside of an Asian elephant's womb to create a mammoth. To address the hurt of mammoths. And they got hurt pretty bad. They went extinct. Right? So I'm glad that Ayanna Pressley is talking about that. Let's continue.
To lower the cost of elder care, child care, prescription drug costs, the child tax credit, which is so
we already know all
critical
that.
in induced recession. Not only that, but we are going to put in his district, in his state, 50,000 more children at risk of going back into poverty by not advancing the Build Back Better Act because the child tax credit is in that.
So again, she's basically just laying out all the good stuff here. Now again, Joe Manchin is a corrupt, coal baron scumbag, right? The guy is a fucking piece of garbage. And so now I just got this update as well that I want to look at, which I did not see. And I have to figure out how to use my computer. Hold up. All right, I just figured it out. So according to this tweet, which does not have a source, right? But I'm going to take its word for now. Manchin said on radio this morning that he knew from the beginning he wouldn't support Build Back Better. If someone could find me a clip of this, I would appreciate it. That he got to his wit's end after staff, either White House or Senate, did something that angered him enough to just come out and say that he was never going to get to that yes. So he was playing them the whole time. Now again, we knew this, we being people that pay attention to the news. Isn't it crazy that, like, stupid-ass bitch in her bedroom? Like, that's me. I'm the stupid-ass bitch in my bedroom. I know more about politics than Pramila Jayapal. I know more about politics than Joe Biden. Isn't that crazy? Think about that. I am more politically educated, some stupid bitch in her bedroom, than members of Congress and than the President of the United States. Have you ever, isn't that crazy? You ever think, how did we get to this country? How did we get to this world that we live in, where a stupid fucking bitch fuck motherfuck in her bedroom is somehow, smarter than the President of the United States, right? Isn't that baffling to you? Doesn't that make you whoa, what the fuck? What's going on? Maybe it's all fake. Maybe it's all a theater. Maybe it's all they're just pretending to be angry at each other. Because that's crazy to me. That's crazy that a stupid fucking loser that has no friends in her bedroom is somehow more intelligent than the President of the United States. Right? So that's crazy. But again, we knew this from the jump. We being myself and my beautiful minions that follow me, that believe everything I say, because why would I lie to them? We knew this from the jump, and this is why I am so upset with Pramila Jayapal, because she should know that, right? She claims to be a good actor. She's the chair of the Progressive Caucus in the House. And so I don't know why she went on TV less than a week ago and said that Joe Manchin would come around. That was clearly not going to happen. She has egg on her face. And so again, I hope that she does better next year. Am I saying that I hate her now and that she's canceled? No, but she needs to do a better job. I hope this is a wake-up call for her. Again, Joe Manchin is a known quantity. Anyone that knows anything about politics, that has paid attention at all to politics, knew from the jump, right before the senatorial election of January 4th or 5th, whenever it was in Georgia, we knew from the jump Joe Manchin was garbage. We knew from the jump that, again, when November happened, right, and it was 48 Democrats, and then the Georgia runoffs happened, and everyone was like, oh, the Democrats might still control the Senate. No, because Joe Manchin's a cocksucker. That's never going to happen, right? But they still went out there. They promised their $2,000 checks, immediately broken that promise as soon as they got into the Senate. Now, again, the Georgia senators actually seem pretty good, relative to Joe Manchin, of course. But either way, again, Democrats do not control the Senate. The owners control the Senate. The Senate's existence is all made up. It's fake. There's no reason for it. The Senate only exists to protect the land. Who owns land? The owners own land, right? That's why they call them the owners. Wyoming has 2 senators. California has 2 senators. New York has 2 senators. West Virginia has 2 senators. Make it make sense? It doesn't make sense, right? The Senate is an institution designed by the owners for the owners, and it doesn't matter how many Democrats you elect to the Senate. There will always be the rotating villain. We need to abolish the fucking Senate, or at the very least abolish the fucking filibuster, so then we can see where people fucking stand for once in their goddamn lives. But again, that's probably not going to happen because this country fucking sucks cock, and not in the good way. I love to suck cock, right? But this is like the bad kind of cock. This is like, you know, you're being sexually assaulted in an alleyway kind of cock. You don't want to suck that cock, and that's the American cock, right? The cock you don't want to suck, right? So again, I just wanted to talk about this because the Build Back Better bullshit is really, it's embarrassing. This whole year, they've been stringing this whole thing along since like, what, March, when the American Rescue Plan went out? They've been stringing this shit together since March, right? And they've had like, what is that? Like that's like 9 months or something? Like, isn't that crazy? 9 months? And you got nothing? The fuck? Again, stupid bitch in the bedroom knows more about politics than the President of the United States. That's crazy. That's crazy. To me, that should be an alarm. That should be an alarm. So hopefully everyone is having a good day today. Thank you for quoting me, Andrew Kohler. I appreciate being quoted. I believe that I say a lot of things that are quotable, that being one of them. Get back into the bookmarks, folks. See what I've got in these fucking bookmarks. I bookmarked shit for this show. That's how I do the shows. I bookmark shit. And then I go in. Alright, so let's continue with the Build Back Better bullshit, because we've got some more stuff here. So Bernard Sander says that he wants to force the vote on the Build Back Better Act and force Joe Manchin to vote against it. And so that's what that I support that, of course, because if Joe Manchin's going to go on Fox fucking News, I want to go on Fox News, right? If Joe Manchin wants to go on Fox fucking News to talk about, I just can't support this bill, I just can't do it, I'm Joe Manchin, look at me, right? If he wants to do that, he should be able to do that on the Senate floor and vote no so that we can see this bill fail. So Bernard Sander comes out with a statement, and I'm going to read this statement, and then I'm going to read AOC's statement on the Build Back Better bullshit. Because again, you know, this is content for me. I get to read other people's words, and then I get to post them on my YouTube channel and monetize them. I mean, that's a good gig. But anyway, let's go on. If Senator Joe Manchin wants to vote against the Build Back Better Act, he should have the opportunity to do so with a floor vote as soon as the Senate returns. He should have to explain to West Virginians and the American people why he doesn't have the courage to stand up to powerful special interests and lower prescription drug costs. Expand Medicare to couple down. You know, one thing I agree rhetorically with progressives and Bernard Sander going out there saying all the good things of the bill, but again, this is the watered down bill. It was originally going to be $3.5 trillion. That's what the president originally signed off on. This is the watered down version. Now, again, is it better than nothing? Yes. But the $3.5 trillion, that should have been where we're at. But again, Joe Manchin, he wasn't going to support it anyway, right? So basically, let's assume somehow this passes, right? It's still half of what it was originally, and Joe Manchin came out on the radio saying he wasn't going to support it either way. So that's a problem. And so blah, blah, blah. He should also have to explain why he is not prepared to demand that millionaires and large corporations start paying their fair share of taxes. What I also think that Bernard forgot to talk about is that Joe Manchin is owned by the millionaires and the billionaires, right? He is a coal baron. He is heavily invested in fossil fuels. His daughter is currently embroiled in a corruption scandal with EpiPen price gouging, right? So there's a lot going on with that family. I also find it amusing that Senator Manchin indicates his worry about the deficit after voting just this week for a military budget of $778 billion, 4 times greater than Build Back Better over 10 years, and $25 billion more than the president requested. That's a really good point, and I'm glad that he pointed that out as well, is they just shoehorned in this fucking stupid National Defense Authorization Act bullshit, this fucking cocksucking fucking cum shit, right? And which is, again, significantly greater than whatever the fuck the Build Back Better Act would be. But they just, no questions asked. Yeah, military, $25 billion more than the president requested. You could have, like, free college, 4-year college for the whole country with that money. You could abolish student loan debt without any problem whatsoever. You could abolish medical debt without any problem whatsoever. You could probably fund broadband internet access to everyone in the country, right? But nah, let's just give that to the military so they can buy a fucking gold toilet and their fucking stupid military base that shouldn't exist in somewhere in the Middle East where they shouldn't even be in the fucking first place, right? So that's great. I'm glad that he mentioned that. I've had a lot of coffee this morning, so I apologize if I'm speaking a little fast, but let's read what AOC has to say. So this is yesterday. AOC says, when a handful of us in the House warned this would happen if Dem leaders gave Manchin everything he wanted first by moving Biff before blah, instead of passing together, many ridiculed our position. Maybe they'll believe us next time, or maybe people will just keep calling us naive. Now again, Pramila Jayapal, the head of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, said that she was going to get 30 to 40 votes against the Biff if the wasn't there as well. She went back on her word. She lied to us. Now, again, she claims that she changed her position. That's fine. But I consider that to be a lie. That is a breach of trust. The squad, that is to say AOC, Ayanna Pressley, Cori Bush, Jamal Bowman, Rashida Tlaib, and Ilhan Omar, they remained strong and held the line, as they say, and voted against the Biff because the wasn't there. But let's continue. She's got a thread here. Either way, we cannot accept no for an answer. Dem leadership, including but not limited to the president himself and House Dem leadership, wrote a massive check on their credibility the night of the Biff vote in order to secure the votes they needed, promising passage of the Again, they all said this is infrastructure week. It's part 1. We going boom, boom, boo. Right? That's what they said. That's what Nancy said. That's what Joe Biden said. That's what they all said. That's what Chuck Schumer said. To every member who brought up Manchin, they personally promised they had a solution and would pass. It is simply not an option for Dem leaders to walk from voting rights, etc. They must find a way, just as they promised they would when we raised this inevitability. Now again, all the progressives said, that's why we need to have a 2-track solution. There's no way Manchin's going to sign off on this if we get rid of the 2-track solution. As we can see, that's the situation that happened. Now, I would say Joe Manchin was probably in a position to tank both bills. I'm not even convinced that he wanted the Biff that much. He probably would have been able to tank both bills personally, but either way, all right. Some of us don't have the luxury of giving up. We serve working, middle class, and poor people. We serve everyday workers getting ripped off, and immigrants and black communities and queer kids needing shelter. We will not walk away from them, and leadership can't walk away from them either. People can be mad at Manchin all they want, but we knew he would do this months ago. Again, if some stupid fucking bitch in her bedroom, that's me, I'm the stupid bitch, knows that Joe Manchin's going to do this, like literally in March I was telling you this shit, and somehow the President of the United States didn't know that, and somehow that the President didn't know? That's strange. Where we need answers from are the leaders who promised a path on if Biff passed. Biden and Dem leaders, they chose to move Biff alone instead of with not Manchin. So they need to fix it. We, as always, are here to fight for this agenda. What matters most is that it gets done, but we cannot just shrug our shoulders and accept this as some Charlie Brown moment. Our entire democracy is on the line, so we need to go back in there and get shit done, period. Now, I don't know why she censored shit. This is on Twitter. She could have wrote shit. But either way, I like shit. I like when AOC says shit. I like when Ilhan Omar says shit. I'm a fan of shit. Don't take that out of context. But again, I don't know what's going on here with this whole thing where some stupid bitch in her bedroom knows more than the leader of the the House Progressive Caucus, Congressional. That's the word I was looking for. I know more than Pramila Jayapal, apparently. I'm more intelligent and I'm a better player than her, apparently, and I'm just some stupid fucking loser in my bedroom. I apparently know more than the President of the United States. Apparently. That's weird, right? I know more than the Speaker of the House. How is that possible? I know more than the Senate Majority Leader. I am more intelligent than all of those people combined. That's weird to me. I don't accept that reality. I refuse to accept that reality. There is no way that I'm smarter than these people because it doesn't make any sense. Why am I sitting here in my bedroom with like fucking 40 viewers or however many I have? Yeah, 40 viewers. Why am I sitting here with 40 viewers and they're in the House and they're in the White House and they're doing all this stupid shit? They're in the Senate Majority Leader. Somehow I'm smarter than, like, that's just proof that a meritocracy doesn't exist, folks. But again, Joe Biden fucked us and not in the good dick way. Nancy Pelosi fucked us and not in the good dick way. Chuck Schumer fucked us and not in the good dick way. And the sooner people reconcile with that, the sooner we can move on. Now, again, this is not to say that you should be voting for Republicans. If anyone construes these videos or whatever as me supporting Republicans, they're a fucking moron. Republicans are garbage. What you need to do is, I know it sucks, but you got to vote for better Democrats in the primary. That's really the solution here. How do we have AOC going out here being a member of Congress saying shit that we know? Because we primaried some stupid ass bitch, and then now she's in there, right? So again, that's the strategy here. Either that or just give up and, you know, go jerk off until the world ends. I mean, that sounds pretty good. I'd like to jerk off. But eventually, you jerk off too much and you run out of cum. And then what are you sitting there with? How are you going to, like, you know, then you're just owned, right? So I would rather do this strategy, get some people in there, do some outside organizing. Of course, I support outside organizing way more than electoral organizing. But, you know, you got to talk about electoralism when it's big in the news, right? That's what I'm doing here. But anyway, that's my opinion on the Biff and the Bubba. And AOC and Bernard have the correct take, along with Ilhan and Ayanna Pressley, and as well as the rest of the squad. They're out there doing their own stuff. I just haven't seen them on TV, or I haven't seen their tweets yet. So, but anyway, bada boom. There you go. Yeah, Catherine is still in the meltdown mode right now. As you can notice by the scrolling text, perfect timing. I lost a patronizer of the Hyper Variety, folks. If you would like to help restore, my Patreon to its former glory, I would appreciate that. Give me a Christmas present or something. That would be great. And so there you go. I would appreciate that because again, you know, I'm out here. I don't, you know. If you disagree with me, that's wonderful. But I'm not going to change my opinion because someone who gives me money disagrees with me. So, as we can tell, and so if you want to, you know, help fill in the gap, feel free to do so. And if you don't, then that's fine too. I mean, that's acceptable. It's actually not, but I'm just saying that because I don't want everyone to get upset at me. But it's actually not acceptable. It's not at all. But that's something for another time. Oh, man. Oh. By the way, my arm. I'm, like, feeling, like, 99% on this shit. I basically slept in and out all weekend. Booster shot, you know, so I was in and out of sleep all weekend, took a lot of naps, and I'm feeling almost 100%. So, there you go. People are allowed to rage quit. It's okay. People's emotional states are not incongruents at all times. I would give you money, but I'm poor. That's valid. I would give myself money, but I'm also poor, so I feel it. So we got some more news here, I think. I think there's some more news. There might be. I'm not sure. There could be some more news. Let's find out. Shit, I don't have any more news bookmarked. I'm missing out on the news, folks. Got some more news here. I just love saying news here. The first day it came off a bit like a personal attack against him. Well, yeah, I was pretty pissed. And I'm still pissed. I'm mad as hell right now, for sure. I am mad as hell. I am mad as hell. I am mad as hell, folks. I personally don't think it's possible to personally attack a politician. Like if I call someone a bitch when it's in the context of their policy, you know. Like if Pramila Jayapal like dressed up as Santa Claus for like Christmas or something and I said that was stupid, I guess that could be a personal attack. I spammed you Gabriel Boric's big win in Chile. I would prefer to read more about that before I do a segment. I don't like doing segments where I don't really know the material beforehand. I don't know anything about Chile other than like the September 11th coup in 1973, I believe. So that's the only thing I know about Chile. So I'd prefer to know more about that before I cover it. So I might do that tomorrow or the next day after I read some more. Pramila sucks. They all suck until something is actually passed. No other profession could it's one thing, again, if Pramila, like I said, if Pramila Jayapal had a secret strategy and it all paid off in the end, and that's still possible, right? If February or March comes around and we have the ba, you know, and I'm totally willing to take my criticism back. But the whole point of criticism is to push people to do better. And so, if AOC says something that I feel like is incorrect, I will criticize her. I don't mind criticizing anybody in Congress. I think all politicians should be criticized at all times unless they're doing what you want. And I personally think that the squad is doing exactly what I would do in this instance. Maybe I would be a little bit harsher on television, but that's about it. But I think it's undeniable that Jayapal is losing standing with progressives and with people. I think that's you can't pretend like that's not the case, right? And so for me, in order to be an honest person, in order for me to feel like I'm doing my job being an honest person, I have to tell you that, yeah, they suck, but that doesn't mean we should stop voting for Democrats. We need to have support the most leftist primary challengers in all these Democratic races. So in 2022, I don't want to see y'all stupid motherfuckers in the chat going like, well, I'm not going to vote. Well, I'm going to vote Republican. Just stick it to the Dems. Fuck that shit. Vote for a left-winger in the primary. If there is no left-winger in the primary in your district, run as the left-winger in the primary. I'll have you on my show, and I'll see what I can do on getting you on other people's shows. That's the solution. The solution is not to just jerk off in the corner and say, well, I'm not going to vote anymore. You know what I mean? That's just stupid. That's just dumb. Right, now again, if you don't want to vote and you're doing other things like mutual aid, like union organizing, and you just don't have time to vote or whatever, I still think unless you live in a district where voting takes 10 hours, right? My areas where I've always lived, voting at the worst case scenario took an hour. And I'm in a position where I don't have a full-time job. I can just sit there in an hour to vote, right? So to me, it's not a huge inconvenience. But if you have the opportunity to vote, I would say you should absolutely vote, because guess who else votes? You want to know who else votes? Check this out. Apparently Newsweek is down. My transition got fucked up. What the hell is going on here? Newsweek is not functioning. Okay, wait, here it is. God damn. There is a Newsweek poll, and the page is not loading, so I don't know what to do about that. But apparently 1 in 5 Republican voters think that Trump is going to be reinstated, this week. Did anyone know that? Let me see if I can search for it. This is baffling. I can't load the page. This is part of the conspiracy theory. Like, look at this. I'm on Newsweek, right? And it's not loading. Like, does this load? Okay, nothing is loading on Newsweek. But anyway, so those are the motherfuckers that are voting. I was going to do a whole segment on that, but these motherfuckers are voting. And so if you're not voting and they're voting, you know, goddamn. Did I cover Jamal Bowman? I haven't seen anything from him yet. It's like, I can look that up. I can be a good little YouTuber and look it up. Cover the same thing, 4 times now? Was he on TV or anything? Jamal Bowman says... What does he say? He says something. Build Back Better will resurface. I don't know about that. What we are witnessing now is a game between leadership and Manchin that allows him and corporate donors to gut the bill while everyone acts powerless. I refuse to play this game. We need to call it out for what it is. All right, that's actually a really good statement. So, again, the problem is the owners of the country. The corporate donors are owners, right? They own the country. So, that's the root of all these problems here. I'm going to say this again. You're not going to get non-voters to vote by calling them stupid. It never worked. It's never going to work. I presume people that watch my show are people that vote. I'm not I'm not canvassing and saying, oh, you're a non-voter. Well, how fucking stupid are you? Like, you have to understand, my show is this is my show. I'm not out here, like, being a fucking Democratic Party strategist on my show. When I canvassed in the 2020 election and people say that they never vote before or they haven't voted in 30 years, right? I'm not going, well, what the fuck? Are you a fucking idiot? And I slap them in the face. How fucking dumb do you think I am thinking you're going to... Like, I'm not doing that. Like, that it's all about context. Come on now. At least, again, I hope that people that, like, that's just me. Like, voting, unless it's like you live in a district where it takes like 10 hours and you have to work that day or something. Right, that's completely acceptable. You have to do what you have to do. But I have no problem. Like, that's my thing. This is my show. I have no problem calling Americans stupid. 95% of Americans don't eat vegetables. Right? 63% of Americans, they believe in Jesus and God. 45% of Americans pray every day. I have no problem with calling these motherfuckers stupid as hell. Like, they are dumb motherfuckers. And I know that that's going to limit my potential outreach. I know I'm never going to be a rich and famous multimillionaire fucking, like, YouTube host because of that. But also, I'm not going to pretend like worshiping Jesus is normal. I'm not going to pretend that believing in QAnon is normal. I'm not going to pretend that not eating vegetables is normal. I refuse. So... And again, I'm not doing this, like, I know that there's a lot of, like, Democrats that are like, oh, smart voters will know to vote for more Democrats. When Democrats do this shit, it's cringy because they're not actually selling you anything that's going to win. And so, like, that's why I'm not adhering to that Democratic strategy at all. But again, if I was running as a Democrat, I would not, like, go out there and say, like, non-voters are fucking dumb. I mean, maybe I would. I don't know. It depends on if I'm running seriously or not. I could see myself running ironically for something just to, like, raise my profile. But, and I shouldn't say that out loud, but, whatever. But anyway, like, I do think people that don't vote typically are dumb. Like, it's one thing, like, to not be a voter because, like, again, voting lines are too long in your district. That's one thing. But there's, like, these people that have an above-it-all attitude. Like, oh, yes, I'm so beautiful and wonderful. I know more than everyone else because I don't vote. I think you're dumb. I'm sorry. I think that that's stupid. I should have Sol Sandoval on. She's a great progressive running against Boebert. I would love to have congressional candidates on. I don't know if that's a good idea for them. I don't know if that's a good idea. Well, I mean, it would be a good idea for me, but I don't know if a candidate coming on my show is a good idea for them. I don't know if it will ever happen. I don't know if it should happen, but I would love to do that anytime, any place. It's important to note that apathy kills democracy, gives solutions, and education. I mean, that's my thing. My thing is like, if you work somewhere, you should try to be organizing a union in your workplace. That's like, now again, that's easy for me to say. I don't work anywhere, right? I don't have a real job. I sit in my fucking bedroom and pontificate on the internet for like an hour and a half every day. So like, again, that's not my, I'm not an expert on that, but, get involved in local politics in any way that you can, community organizing, like protesting, like that's all really good stuff. It's all really, really good stuff. If no one is on the ballot for you, vote for a write-in. Yeah, write me in. That's right. Write me in. All right, let's see if there's any more news out here. I mean, there's a lot going on in the world, like news-wise. Like, there's a lot going on in the news. North Carolina sees a record number of armadillos in November. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy. Now, this is interesting. I have never read anything about this. I'm learning along with y'all. Oof, I'm reading this now, and this is brutal. I'm not reading this. Filled with too much bullshit. Alright, let's see. Man, there's like nothing in the goddamn World app. Oh. Hold the phone. Folks, we're in. Big news, huge news, the biggest news I've ever seen. That's right, mammoth news. 5 Ice Age mammoths unearthed in Cotswolds after 220,000 years. All right. 5 Ice Age mammoths in an extraordinary state of preservation have been discovered in the Cotswolds, to the astonishment of archaeologists and paleontologists. Let's check this out. The extensive remains of 2 adults, 2 juveniles, and an infant that roamed 200,000 years ago have been unearthed near Swindon, along with tools used by Neanderthals, who are likely to have hunted these 10-tonne beasts. Those fucking Neanderthals. Fucking little bitches, making my favorite animals extinct. Fuck you. More are expected to be found because only a fraction of the vast site of gravel quarry has been excavated. Judging by the quality of the finds, the site is a gold mine. They range from other Ice Age giants such as elks, twice the size of their descendants today, with antlers 10 feet across. God! Yo, I'm loving Ice Age shit. Again, mammoths, my favorite animal is a dog, right? You know, like, God damn it, I love that dog. There's one behind me. He's right there. But I love dogs, but my second favorite animal is the elephant. And now I love history, right? I love human history. I love the Earth's history. I love elephants. Of course, I'm going to love mammoths. I love mammoths. Huge fan of mammoths. I support the Mammoth Restoration Project as well. And so let's keep going. Judging by the quality of the finds, the site is a gold mine. They range from to tiny creatures, notably dung beetles, which co-evolved with fauna using their droppings for food and shelter, and freshwater snails, just like those found today. Even seeds, pollen, and plant fossils, including extinct varieties, have been preserved for the site. Now, this is something that's crazy. Have you ever thought about, like, DNA, how DNA, like, functions, right? Like, isn't it insane that's, like, DNA is basically, like, books. Like, this is, like, imagine if you found, like, the Library of Alexandria with all the books intact. Like, that's what this is like. You just find a bunch of books, and they tell you how to grow these awesome varieties of plants and animals and all these things that stopped existing because they were all killed. But their DNA is right there. We can just, like, make more of them. And it's a little bit easier for plants as well because, like, you can plant seeds and stuff. So that's pretty crazy. But again, they've been in there for, like, they're all gone. They're all extinct, except there's some seeds you find, and then boom, they can just come back. We can plant them all over the fucking world if we wanted to, and we'd be good to go. Send me a fucking seed. I'll grow some prehistoric fucking plant in my fucking living room. Why the fuck not? Let's keep going. All these will now offer new clues into how our Neanderthal ancestors lived in the harsh conditions of Ice Age Britain, a period of prehistory about which little is known. The exceptional discoveries will be explored in a BBC One documentary, Attenborough and the Mammoth Graveyard, to be aired on 30 December. Maybe I'll watch that. In which Sir David Attenborough, and evolutionary biologist Professor Ben Garrett join archaeologists from Dig Ventures to film the excavation. Someone remind me to watch that. That sounds pretty good. I don't know how I'm going to watch it, but I'm going to try. Garrett told The Observer, "This is one of the most important discoveries in British paleontology. While the odd mammoth bone often turns up," he said, "finding such complete skeletons is incredibly rare. When these mammoths lie in the ground is exactly where they died 250,000 years ago, next to incredible things like stone tools and snails they trampled underfoot. We have evidence of what the landscape was like. We know what plants were growing there. The little things are really revealing the context of these big iconic giants. It's a glimpse back in time." That's incredibly important in terms of understanding how climate change especially impacts environments, ecosystems, and species. So again, this is pretty awesome. Shout outs to the mammoths. I love mammoths. I'm a huge mammoth fan, for those of you that don't know. And so there you go. You can read the rest of this article. I'm gonna have to watch this this thing here. But look at this beautiful image. I love mammoths. Look at how beautiful they are. Goddamn. The glacier melting. Which one? There's glaciers melting every other day. Always glaciers melting. Oh shit, oh fuck, oh fuck. There's no way this is real. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Folks, this is big news. Big news, but I gotta verify its efficacy. Oh! Folks, I got the video. This is crazy. All right. So the Orange Man, folks, the Orange Man exists. This is a real phenomenon that we are dealing with in this country. There's an Orange Man on the loose. And so there's an Orange Man, and he's on the loose. And so he's doing this thing with Bill O'Reilly, who is decidedly not orange. And so they're talking, and we gotta watch it. We gotta watch. Hold up. Let me make sure that this doesn't blow your ears out.
Both the president and I are vaxxed, and did you get the booster?
Yes.
I got it too. Okay, so...
Don't. That's all. There's a very tiny group over there.
Both the president and I are...
Can you hear that? Computer enhance the audio. We're enhancing the audio here, so you can't see anything. So listen.
Vaxxed, and did you get the booster?
Yes.
I got it too. Okay, so...
Don't.
So a couple people said, boo, and Donald Trump not having it. So again, reminder, last time Donald Trump mentioned the booster, he said he wouldn't get it. He said he got vaccinated before because, he didn't really look into it or whatever. Now he is coming out as decidedly pro-booster shot. This is good news, folks. I know, Orange Man, I know, right? But this is good news. If people are convinced to take the booster shot because of Trump knows that he doesn't want all of his voters to die. That's what this is. He knows that his voters are fucking dying, and he's like, yo, right? Maybe you shouldn't die. So that's what he's saying here in this clip. But again, I love his reaction.
So, don't. That's all. There's a very tiny group over there.
Both the president and...
So anyway, I've got an article accompanying this. Trump supporters booed and jeered when he revealed he got a booster shot and is pro-vaccination. Supporters of former President Orange Man booed and jeered when he announced on Sunday that he had received a COVID-19 booster shot and he was in favor of the vaccine. Trump made the comments during an appearance on the former Fox News host Bill O'Reilly's History Tour. That's a great tour. Newsweek first reported it on their remarks. At the tour, Trump noted that the COVID-19 vaccine was developed under his administration as part of Operation Warp Speed. Look, we did something that was historic. We saved tens of millions of lives worldwide when we, together, all of us, we got a vaccine done. This was going to ravage the country far beyond what it is right now. We take credit for it. It's great. What we've done is historic. Don't let them take it away. Damn, folks. The former president drew cheers from the crowd when he said that he was opposed to vaccine mandates, adding, if you don't want to take it, you shouldn't be forced to take it. No mandates. That's cringe. But the crowd's reaction shifted when Trump and O'Reilly revealed they were both vaccinated and had gotten booster shots. Reminder, I got my booster shot on Friday, and I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. Look at me. Look. I'm great. And I got my booster shot on Friday. But according to Newsweek, O'Reilly told the audience that he and Trump both were vaccinated. He asked if Trump has received his booster. I got it too, he said. Newsweek reported that the crowd then started booing Trump, and then he had to tamp down the audience's reaction. Don't. That's all right. It's a very tiny group out there. Trump's acknowledgement that he got a booster came a few months after he told reporters that he would not be getting an additional shot. I feel like I'm in good shape, blah, blah, blah. He said a while ago. Trump has repeatedly sent mixed messages about the COVID-19 vaccine to his base, a big chunk of which remains reluctant to get the shot. So again, I think this is a good thing. Because if any more people get the booster shot, that's going to slow the pandemic and that's going to stop it sooner. I hope, right? It might just be that all there needs to be is like that chunk, right? An immovable chunk, and we might be stuck here forever. But anyway, the booster shot was injected into the Orange Man, and he is still on the loose somehow. He has broken probably hundreds and hundreds of laws, and he's still on the loose, and I think that that's a problem. But anyway, there he is, folks. Let's just play the clip again because it's really good.
I are vaxxed, and did you get the booster?
Yes.
I got it too. Okay, so...
Don't. That's all. There's a very tiny group over there.
So I love how he delivers the yes, by the way. Like, look at this. He goes like, He's holding this in his hand, right? He's got like this whole thing, and he goes, yes! And then he puts it back down.
Booster?
Yes.
I got it too. Okay.
Like, he's like delivering that with such forcefulness. He's like, yup, this is my moment. I'm boosted. But anyway, Orange Man bad, as we know. We know that the Orange Man is bad. And so, but anyway, he got boosted. And so there you go. All right, folks, I think that'll be my show for today. I hope my show was okay. Did y'all like the show? Is the show all right? Is this a decent show? Like, could this be better? Probably, but I mean, is it a good show? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about today's show. Is it a good show? Yeah, it's good. Oh, that's good. I'm glad it's a good show. But I'm going to show you the end of the show after this commercial break. Welcome back to Above It All, episode 1425. Thank you for watching the commercial break. And there you go. You would have loved that Tim Pool clip. What Tim Pool? Oh, are you talking about the one where he got beat up? Oh, I gotta find that one for tomorrow. I know which one you're talking about. I'll find that one for tomorrow. Anyway, thank you all for watching today's episodic installation. And that's the show. That's it. That's all I got. And well, actually, I do have more, but I'm not going to show it to you. I'm leaving on a high note. So fuck you, and fuck me, and fuck Joe Manchin.
They're coming all over the place. They're coming all over the place. They're coming all over. Coming all over the place. They're coming all over the place. They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up. And they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, what they thought about it. Because whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble.
I hate the white man. He's of the devil. He was made in a cave.
Unbelievable.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Force the vote, sure, was a failure.
I eat extra sharp, that's what I eat.